She's like 28 years old. You got her in Black History. I guess. You don't have to be dead to be in Black History, I guess
Okay.
is what you trying to
Okay.
tell me, right?
Okay. Because we still inventing our history. We still got to let people know about it. So, yeah, you're right.
I ain't got to read none of this because guess what? I know all about this girl.
Okay, good.
Okay, so well, she was born in December 31st, in 1995, to Timothy and Natalie Hawkins Douglas in Newport News, Virginia. That's where she's from. Now, when she's growing up and stuff, she wanted to be in gymnastics and everything. The typical story, she was out to the gymnastics team, was walking by, and she was like, "Mama, I want to go there." And the mama took her to gymnastics class, and the rest is history. Now, they was homeless at one point, her and her whole family. But Gabby Douglas decided she wanted to go to the same coach as Sean Johnson had in Iowa.
Whoa.
So the whole family was like, actually, I think her sister's the one who pushed her into gymnastics. And the whole family sacrificed and let her move to Iowa with a white family and being coached by a Chinese man so she can go to the Olympics. And guess what? White shade could not stop her from making the team because they tried so hard for this girl not to make it. They tried so hard for her not to make it. And guess what she kept doing?
Making it.
She kept shitting in their cereal.
Mm.
In other words, being undeniable to where you couldn't even. At one point, she was at the American Cup in 2011. And the American Cup is like a precursor to the Olympics where American people go to compete against other top athletes from around the world. I think this is the American Cup right here, this video that you had playing. And she was an alternate in the competition. They had Weber, I forgot her first name, and Andrea Raisman down there competing. Gabby Douglas was not even in the competition. And guess what? She won the competition, not even being in it.
What? She was an alternate?
She was an alternate, but she was competing as an alternate. And they put her in to compete, and guess what? She beat everybody, but her scores did not count.
So, you know.
And then she turned around the next year and became Olympic champion.
Ain't that right? And her name is Gabriella Douglas.
Gabrielle Douglas. Everybody calls her Gabby.
Gabby.
Now, you know.
She's been gone. Because I do remember seeing her.
She was in 2 Olympic Games. She was in 2012 and 2016.
2012.
And 2016 is when we got introduced Olympically to Simone Biles.
Right.
And then, you know, went from Simone Biles to now there's another Simone coming up right now, too. Because Simone Biles, she's up there in age, too, for a gymnast.
Right.
But I always call the parents out.
Okay.
The first parents were Diane Durham. She's like the mama. Mm-hmm. She was the first black national champion in 1983. Remember when 1984 came when Mary Lou Retton won the Olympics? It was supposed.
I was born in 1994.
Okay, my bad.
He said you remember in 1994.
If you're talking about something, I'm going to tell you.
Yes, it is.
So in 1983, Diane Durham was competing. Again, racism and all this shit comes into the sport. Diane Durham was the number 1 gymnast from America. In the 1983 national championships, she was beating Mary Lou Retton's ass everywhere. And at the national championship, she hurt her ankle on vault. And they have this process called petitioning, where you can petition to the next event, even though you didn't qualify at this event. Okay. So she petitioned to go to the Olympic trials. They denied her petition. I had never heard of a petition being denied before. How is a national champion's petition going to get denied? So they denied her from going to the 84 games, and then Mary Lou Retton won the Olympics, and that was the end of that.
Wow.
Now, her children that came up after that was now you talking about Dominique Dawes and all of them started coming up after that. So Dominique Dawes was little when this was going on. So, you know, they watching TV. Ooh, I want to do that. So, you know, that's when Dominique Dawes and them came up. Betty Okino, Dominique Dawes, those black girls from the 80s and 90s that crushed the whole sport. If we had the scoring system today, in the 90s when Dominique Dawes was competing, she would have been world champion over and over and over and national champion over and over and over again because that's how much her skill set was so much higher than everybody else's, just like Simone's is higher today.
Okay.
So, but back then, the biggest score you can get was a 10. Mm-hmm. But now the highest score you can get is based off of your difficulty.
Okay.
So now you can get a 15, 16s and stuff like that. Simone Biles was the first gymnast to ever get a 17. True T. That's how difficult her shit is.
And that's why she was right to be in this category.
Yes. So we're congratulating our queen, Gabrielle Douglas. Hey, girl, hey.
It says that she's still doing it.
Yeah, she should be. I mean, she never said she retired. Let me see what it says right here. It says, Douglas' first competition since the 2016 Olympic Games was the 2024 American Classic in Katy, Texas. That's right. She finished in second place on the vault, but she made mistakes on uneven bars and floor exercise and finished with an all-around score of 56.5. Yeah, I do remember that. She did come back. They don't know if, it says, in May 2024, Douglas was injured during training and withdrew from the U.S. championships, competing for a spot for the 2024 Olympic team. However, she said she still aimed to compete for a spot in the 2028 Olympics. So Gabby is not done. Because back in the day, they used to tell the girls when they were 17, you're too old for gymnastics now. You're too old. They used to tell us if Lana Boganskaya and all, sit down, JoJo. You're old. Get out the sport. You're old. But now women's gymnastics is truly women's gymnastics because remember after that whole Larry Nassar scandal that happened?
Okay.
You remember that?
No.
Why are you saying yes if you don't remember?
Because I'm knowing you're going to tell me.
Okay.
I know you're going to tell
Well,
me.
Larry Nassar was raping all of the gymnast girls.
Okay, the coach.
He wasn't the coach. He was the doctor.
Okay, he was the doctor.
The team doctor.
Okay. Did he do
For
something
USA
to
Gymnastics.
Simone Biles? or
Yes,
she
he
reported
did.
him? Okay.
No, he did her too. He was doing all of them.
Everybody.
His remedy for their pain
Right.
was to finger them.
Wow.
That's what he was doing to them.
Wow. Wow. So
Hundreds of girls.
I done broke something. I done tore something, a ligament, and you thinking I need to
This is gonna kill you.
alleviate some stress. I'm telling you something is broke. Now you tell me. How that make
These are
sense?
little girls though.
How did make this up? Yeah, right. So I'm
These
not,
girls
it's
was
not funny, but
he started off with them when they like 12 and 13 years old doing that to them.
that is
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.